Hello everyone, my name is Nantina Tsekeri and I did my best, myself and my colleagues who are there with you now, to make it possible for me to be with you there today. But for passport related issues, my journey was interrupted in Turkey. I'm still actually here now and I'm waiting to go back home in a few hours. However, I would really like to share some of my thoughts with you and reflections on this very critical phenomenon that we have been discussing today, which is the deprivation of liberty of children on the move. We are 3 years after the UN Global Study, and it is the moment to become critical about what is done and what is missing. I would like to start by conveying a message given to me from one of our former unaccompanied children on the move back in Greece. And he said, Nadina, you go there, but I would like you to ask the important people, why did this happen to me? And if detention is the best we deserve when we're vulnerable and we seek for protection. He's one of our ambassadors now. And I told him I don't have a clear answer to give you. I will convey your message. However, I feel that things are not really progressing as we all hoped 3 years ago. I will start by the positive ones, of course, because there are some developments. There are many countries, including Greece, that have abolished the migration detention for children on the move. After we had some Strasbourg cases coming out, a lot of advocacy at the national level and European level, and this is very positive and welcomed. However, our work doesn't finish there. We have to look into what are the alternatives given to the children on the move. What are the reforms in the child protection system? Is their status as migrants disconnected from any measure offered to them? The ugly truth is that it's not. States have become very creative in finding other ways in order to deprive children of the move, of their liberty, in their effort to exercise the states their legitimate, of course, right to control their borders. However, the UN Convention on the Rights of the Child constitutes national law, and it comes with a clear set of obligations towards the states in relation to what is in their best interest of the child. And detention for migration purposes is not one of them. The reality is that in Europe, there are quite a few hotspots. As many of you probably know, hotspots are massive, big camps that they impose geographical restriction to the people on the move upon arrival that have acquired many characteristics in order to qualify as de facto detention centers. So at the moment, children are not kept behind bars in the traditional way. However, they are kept in these big camps in very uncertain and undignified conditions for their well-being and integrity. On the top of that, I would like to mention also what happened in the outbreak of COVID-19. The children residing in the hotspots were forced in stricter conditions and discriminatory practices against them. As a response to the pandemic, many governments applied a stricter set of measures in the name of public health, which unfortunately led them to stay locked in these massive camps more than the general public lockdown measures. The truth is that I don't have much time to give more examples of the alternative ways of approaching migration detention. However, it's important to remind ourselves that detention does not only translate into deprivation of rights, it also translates into deprivation of visibility, deprivation of love, which has a tremendous impact on the trust these children have to the justice system. There is a repair that needs to take place, a restoration when it comes to their trust that when they are in need, as a context of migration, their peculiar needs can be addressed and accommodated with due care. Otherwise, I'm afraid that the trauma might be irreversible. The UN Global Study reflects this need of states to come up with concrete action plans, with concrete solutions about what is the alternative they have to offer. Fostering is one of them, for instance. Also, it's very important to remind ourselves that detention in the context of migration for children on the move, it's a cross-cutting issue, should not be approached only under the umbrella of the migration predicament, but also it has to really seen in the category of institutions, security, national security measures, administrative justice as well. I don't have more time. I think I need to finish here. I wish I was there to take some questions and also being able a little bit to hear of the reflections of my colleagues in the panel. But it's very important to continue the work of the implementation of the UN Global Study, improving the conditions for children on the move, which is also a prerequisite in order to really achieve the Sustainable Developmental Goal, particularly number 16. It is our duty to recognize it as an extreme form of institutional violence, and it's very important to be alert of what are the creative, innovative ways of states to still detaining children on the move in the name of the public interest. The UN Convention on the Rights of the Child sets very clear standards in relation to that, and all the answers can be found in this text. I wish one day we can really reply back to these children, back to Fatima, Ahmad, Mahmoud, all the children I have met in my life, and tell them, no, this is not the best you deserve, but this to manifest, to take a clear set of actions. Thank you very much. Some other issues that probably we could address is what happens about children on the move who are wrongly age assessed and they are placed in deprivation. What happens in detention facilities with accompanied children on the move. And the discussion goes on. I wish you fruitful discussions and I will be following live streaming. Thank you very much.